It was a beautiful day on the island of Sodor, and Thomas was pulling a whole bunch of tenders. And unfortunately, the tenders felt like they were working too hard.
So much work,
said the tenders.
Yeah, only $7.25 for 1 hour of it,
said another one of the tenders.
I think it's fun, and then we'll get ribs,
said another tender. Clearly, they were not in a very good place.
I think Thomas needs to wash his wheels because they smell from back here.
My goodness, those tenders were so unruly. All of a sudden, the tenders made Thomas stop. Oh my goodness, how come I'm not moving anymore, said Thomas. I think the tenders are upset.
I'll tell you why,
said one of the tenders.
Yeah, why don't you give me 5 minutes?
And Thomas thought, that's a good idea. I'll do just that. Thomas wanted to make sure that he was hearing the tenders out, so he did just that and gave them 5 minutes. You have the floor, said Thomas.
Well, now we only have 4 minutes and 50 seconds, but the other guy down there wanted to say something.
All right, go ahead, guy.
Well, so I want more money for all the work we're doing for you, Thomas.
I don't get to make that decision, said Thomas. That's Sir Topham Hatt that makes that decision.
Well, let me weigh in, Thomas. I understand hierarchy, and I know it's not you, but we'd really appreciate it if you could advocate for us tenders.
What does advocate mean?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Advocacy is when you believe in something and want to help another person across that finish line.
Oh, said Thomas. I think I do that frequently, and I think I can help you out here with that too.
All right, 3 minutes left out of the 5 minutes I asked for, and we started at 4:50, so I've spent 15 seconds wasting our time.
Those tenders were so unruly.
But if we had more money, that would mean a lot. But also, we love you, and we'll continue to work as hard as we can, considering, you pull us and all, and we just have to stay connected to you.
Hey, that's enough.
Thomas was in quite a conundrum. He wanted to help out his tender friends, but they weren't working, so he decided that he was going to touch base with his friend, Anthony. Anthony was very excited to see his friend Thomas. Oh, hi, Anthony, said Thomas. I have a bit of an issue. The tenders don't want to work anymore because they feel like they're underpaid, and, well, I just don't know what to do. Do you have any words of advice for me?
Well, hey, man. Yeah, I could have some advice for you.
Oh, wonderful, said Thomas. What do you think?
Well, you see, sometimes, these ideas just come to me. But I tell you, if you just talk to people and hear them out, you really understand what it is that they're saying.
Interesting. I think I'm pretty good at that, but what are some of the ways that you think that I could do a better job of doing that with the tenders?
Well, something I like to do is I go up to strangers and I'll say, hey, how you doing? And they like that.
Oh. Perfect, said Thomas. Thomas decided to take Anthony's advice and go back to all of the tenders and make sure that he was really nice to them and say hey. Anthony followed behind, who was watching to see if the advice that he gave would work. Hey, tenders, said Thomas. I'm back and I talked to my friend Anthony. I just, number one, wanted to say, hey.
Wow. Thomas, that's real nice of you.
Yeah, Thomas. Thanks so much. You have outstanding magnetism, by the way.
Well, thanks, said Thomas. I don't know what you mean by magnetism, but I'll take that as a compliment. I also talked to Sir Topham Hatt, and he's increasing your wages to $17 an hour. Not bad, huh?
Well, it's a start,
said one of the tenders.
Wow, what a greedy tender. Greedy tender.
Anthony was very excited to see that his advice was working out. He looked at Thomas and said,
well, hey, Thomas, you killed it back there. I think, talking earlier really seemed to come across with some sound advice. I think I can go back to watching Hulu now that you figured out your problem.
Sounds good, said Thomas. And with that, the tenders were willing to work with Thomas again, and he's able to get back to work.
Thomas is the best.
They also were championing their favorite blue engine.
I love this railroad track.
And that's the end of another wonderful day and story on the island of Sodor.
And at the end, we're going to say it's sponsored by dogs. This video is sponsored by dogs.
Say the end. Say the end. The end. Look at that voice talent. All right, now's the actual end.